as a CEO or revenue leader do you foster cross-functional collaboration? This is a really important question because something that we see happen is that as more and more specialization occurs within revenue organizations, so I might have an MDR taking care of inbound leads, an SDR or sales development rep setting appointments for account executives. I might have an onboarder taking customers to first value. I might have a customer success manager ensuring the product gets fully utilized. And then I might have a customer account manager who goes back and maybe finds new opportunities to have impact on this organization. So all this specialization is great. It reminds me a little bit on what happened in manufacturing, right? It's almost like a conveyor belt. Anyway, specialization often means higher productivity. But what else happens? There's actually something that could go wrong when you specialize. Think about the handoffs. Every time I have a handoff from one station, from one person to the next, I have the risk of things going wrong and of the customer getting caught in the crosshairs. So what do I need to do to both benefit from specialization and avoid that things get dropped at the handoff? What I need is, or what you need, is an end-to-end common language for your different teams to share and to speak. So it's very important that you have a common methodology that really crosses across the different functions. We call that the Sas Sales Methodology, but there's an acronym that we have found particularly useful to foster dialogue at the handoff points between different organizations. And that acronym is SPICED. Now, what does this stand for? S stands for situation, pain, impact, critical event, and decision process. And it turns out that basically you can describe sort of everything that's going on with the customer just by answering these 5 questions. What's their situation? Oh, they have 10 salespeople, but they're going to hire another 100 because they've just raised $50 million. Check. What is their pain? They don't know how to onboard all these new salespeople. Check. What is the impact that we can have on this organization? Well, if we could onboard these people more quickly, then that would mean another $10 million in revenues by going from a 6 months to a 3-month onboarding for every new rep. Check. Now, what is their critical event? Well, they're looking to raise another round of funding next year. And before that, they have to show significant growth. So before the CEO goes on the road in January, I need to have this problem solved. Check. What are the decision criteria? What is the decision process? At the end of the day, it's the CRO, but he has this right-hand chief of staff, revenue operations person that is really involved in any decision related to sales onboarding. Check. Did you notice how in 2 minutes, I basically described almost everything that I need to know? Whether this is a handoff between an SDR and an AE, or between an AE and an onboarder or success person, in a very short period of time, I can summarize everything I need to know to now have a smooth handoff and pick up that ball and that baton from my colleague, initiating a conversation with the customer. Now, many of our customers, many companies are starting to code this spiced framework into their CRM. So perhaps I don't even need that 5-minute conversation between SDR and AE or AE and CSM. Maybe I can just look in the CRM and at a glance, I exactly understand how it is that we're looking to improve this customer's business, why and by when. And that will allow me to get off on the right foot with my customer and to eliminate any problems in the handoff from one function to the other.